Hello. Hello. This is the first episode of All About My Mother-in-Law. I think that this is a kind of vent for me. I am an American male, 34 years old. Well, 33, but 34 in Chinese years. 33 years old, and I'm married to a Chinese woman in Shanghai, and we have a 10-month-old baby daughter. And I want to make this video blog about my mother-in-law because I don't know, like in America, there are no these kind of ways where you are married and then you have to live with your in-laws. We try to get as far away from our in-laws as possible, and most in-laws don't really get along with the married couple. So, this is my vent. So, I have been thrust into a situation, I love my wife, but I really don't like the attachments. Like, we have a mother-in-law that lives with us. Like, her mother lives with us in Shanghai. She's from Anhui province. It used to be mother-in-law and father-in-law, but I kicked him out because he kept doing disgusting things that I didn't like. So now the mother-in-law is here. So basically we have one kid, and I have an IE, which is called an aunt. This is like a maid or a housekeeper. We can just call her basically a babysitter. So here you have one kid, and you have a babysitter, and a mother-in-law, and a wife, and myself. And it's like 4 people raising one kid, which in America is you only have 2 kids. You only have 2 people raising a kid. And in the Chinese culture, right now I find that many Asian kids, or especially Chinese children, are quite spoiled, being that they have the one-child policy. And the other thing is, since they can only have one child, and they also live with the grandmother and grandfather, so it's like 4 people, 5 people, if you count the mother and father's mothers and fathers, that would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, plus the IE 7 people, on lavishing all their worth on one child. So you can see how easily it is for one child to become quite spoiled when you have 7 people, 6 people, 4 or 5 people waiting on them. So I didn't agree with this, and now I'm stuck with a mother-in-law that I'm not very happy with. So this is my way of venting my frustration. And the first episode will be called The Stroller and Chicken Blood. So as you can see here, we have a stroller that was given to us by the mother-in-law. I wanted to buy a new stroller. We are not poor. We are like middle class. Okay, we do okay. Okay, and we got this stroller in the wintertime. Now, when you look at it through my iPad, it looks like a very nice stroller, right? But it is not really a nice stroller. See, this is all taped up. Okay, it's almost falling apart. And you see this thing here is falling apart. It's pretty old. Okay, it doesn't turn even when you change the wheels. Okay, it does not turn. It's really hard to turn. And I thought when I was riding my daughter in this, and when she was riding in this, and I have to go across the street or I have to do some other things, I thought it was kind of dangerous for her to be riding in this thing, because a lot of this thing is broken. This is crooked, okay, so it's not straight. If you can see that, and it's all taped up. This thing is just like, basically, if you were an American, it would be like kind of like a piece of junk. Okay, it's just not a good piece of machinery. So I, at this present moment, want to throw it away because it takes up space in our home. So I told my mother-in-law, because she gave us this, that I want to. She doesn't speak English, by the way, so I had to communicate with her in Chinese, that I wanted to throw this away. She did not agree. She started going ape shit, excuse my language, and she started crying hysterically in her room. And this is the things that I have to deal with all the time with my wife's mother, is that she wants to save every penny, every dime, and she doesn't want to spend a little money for safety or convenience. Like yesterday, my wife was making a chocolate milk. We had a cup of milk, and because she didn't want to waste the milk inside the refrigerator, I thought the milk was rotten. It's been there for like over a week, but she was insisting on drinking it. So she was making chocolate milk, and she had a piece of chocolate. And the mother-in-law came in with a bag of chicken, like a frozen chicken, but it was like half frozen, and a couple of drops of blood fell into the cup of chocolate milk. Now, I mean, to a normal person, after that happens, your first response would be like, ew, like, throw that shit away. You know what I mean? But it's my mother-in-law. And then she insisted on trying to drink the chocolate milk. And I had to almost physically grab it from her and like throw it in the sink. And she just went like nuts for like an hour, going on and on about wasting stuff. And we are dealing with hard financial times in America, but I don't think we are at the level right now of the Great Depression. I collect gold and silver, so I'm not a person that's wasteful. I know value when I see it. I don't think that I'm going to die just because I don't eat 2 pieces of moldy bread stuck in the refrigerator. So that's what she'll do. Like, there's 2 pieces of bread left. I opt to throw it away because it's getting moldy. She'll eat the moldy bread with no problem. And it's kind of, she wants to try to instill these kind of, I think they are like these values upon me, and she does that to her wife, and the wife does it to me, and I really don't like it. I really don't like people who are so minutely frugal. I believe in being frugal, but not when it comes to safety, of other people. So yeah, this is my episode of my first episode of All About My Mother-in-Law. And these are for people who have problems with their mother-in-laws or with their father-in-laws, with their in-laws in general. And I guess they don't have nowhere to go. And you have someone that is listening to you. And I'd like to see your comments about your in-laws and how do you deal with them. All right, so long. Bye-bye.